By this point, you should have already deployed Reblaze via Google Cloud Marketplace and have finished setting up your web applications within it. Now it's time to configure GCP to start sending your traffic through Reblaze. We'll start by creating health checks, so GCP can maintain the appropriate number of instances. In your Google Cloud Console, choose Compute Engine, then Health Checks, then Create a Health Check. Enter a name. It can be helpful to include the port number, as I'm doing here. Choose the protocol, then enter a path to a resource. GCP will request this resource periodically to verify that the instance is available. For the remaining criteria, you can accept the defaults or change them as needed. Then create the health check. For most use cases, you will also need to repeat this procedure to create a health check for HTTPS traffic. Again, I've included the port number and the name. Once both health checks have been created, you will be ready to create load balancers. These will allow GCP to create more instances as needed. Go to Network Services, then Load Balancing. Select Create Load Balancer, and then configure the appropriate type. If you specifically need network load balancing, then select TCP. But for most use cases, you should select to configure HTTPS. Then accept internet-facing load balancing. Enter a name, and then backend configuration, and create a backend service, as you see here. For most use cases, you will need to create two load balancers, one for HTTP traffic and one for HTTPS. I'll start with HTTP. Choose the instance group that you created when you first deployed Reblaze within GCP. Choose the appropriate balancing mode. If you want to enable Google Cloud CDN, select it here. Now select the health check that you created earlier for this load balancers protocol. Once you're satisfied with the remaining values, create the back end. Now configure the front end. Specify the name. Then for most use cases, you will want to reserve a static IP. Choose Create IP Address, then specify a name. GCP will reserve an IP address for you. Before proceeding further, make a note of this IP. You will need it later at the end of the configuration process. When you are finished, create the load balancer. Now create a second load balancer for HTTPS traffic. The process is mostly the same as for HTTP, with a few exceptions. Select the secure protocol and named port. You can use the same instance group for both protocols, but ensure that you use the correct port for each one. Also make sure that you use the matching health check. When creating the front end for HTTPS, make sure you choose the secure protocol. You can use the same IP address that you reserved previously. Then you will need to add or create an SSL certificate. Start with specifying a name. If you want to use an existing certificate, you can upload it. However, GCP makes it easy to create one automatically and have it managed by Google. Specify the domains to which this certificate will apply. You can add multiple domains if appropriate. When you are finished, create the certificate. When you're finished configuring the front end, create the load balancer for HTTPS. GCP will then create the second load balancer. Now everything is set up and ready. To start routing your traffic through Reblaze, go to your DNS provider and change your DNS to the IP address that GCP reserved for you earlier. As the change propagates, you will start to see your traffic passing through Reblaze. At that point, you can start fine-tuning your security rule sets and so on. This video cannot begin to cover the power and customization available to you through Reblaze. We want you to have the best experience possible with the platform, so that you will enjoy the full benefits of comprehensive, intelligent, and effortless web security. So feel free to contact support at any time for further assistance in setting up your platform. We're available 24 hours per day to assist you. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy using Reblaze.